Hello my kings, queens, and fellow non-binary leaders, and welcome to Nerdy Nekoma. Oh my god, I almost said my second channel because I'm not used to making these kinds of videos on this channel anymore. But today is the day because... oh my god, okay, I'm excited. HAYATO'S, as we know, has done a lot more POLYSHIPS lately. Okay, I cannot tell you, like, it is impossible for me to convey how happy this makes me, because I know that her original position was that she didn't want to write POLYSHIPS, but here we are. And so yes, as you all know, I have already taken one of the POLYSHIPS she's writing and included it into my register of POLYSHIPS. I hope she does the same. I hope we can see maybe in the future something like Sakatsu Erenkida. Sadly, probably not Daisuke Iwai on her channel, and I don't think Bokakura can either, but in case it isn't too late at this point already, she has recently made a community post asking what kinds of POLYSHIPS people like, so everyone in this community go to her community post and comment your favorite POLYSHIP, which obviously it'll be like Bokakura Ken, Daisuke Iwai, and Sakatsu Erenkida, right? Right? Either way, I'm so happy, and also just... I mean, I can't say it's unexpected that her POLYSHIPS are also like the side ships, and I'm honestly here for it. I'm just so excited. Everything that's POLYSHIPS, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. So yeah, what we're gonna watch today, what I'm gonna react to, is Taking Care of You. It's Terusho Eno Tana. I got those. A very interesting choice, but the best part about it, I see the angst potential. Like, if you have seen any other videos of her about I cannot pronounce that ship name. Terushima and Daisho, and Enotana, you know that she writes angst for them, and I can't tell you how excited I am. So, without further ado, because this intro is already way too long, let's get to reacting to it. Also, fun fact, it's currently the premiere. This is how little I could wait. This is why we don't have daylight. I hope you're not too mad at me for that. And now, grab a fancy headphones. Alright, are we prepared? I'm not, but also I am, so...
Hello everyone! Introducing a new POLYSHIP for the channel. Yay!
Absolutely,
It's
yay!
getting slightly out of hand with all the POLYSHIPs, but hey, I fell in love.
Okay, I've already told HAYATO'S, when you write POLYSHIPs, they will take over your life and your fanfics. I don't know, once you are in this, it's just... I love it. So.
With them, thanks Hannah. So I hope you will like this one too, because it's very close to my heart. As always, special thanks to my lovely patrons. You're keeping this channel going.
Check out her Patreon, by the way.
Despite just finishing with practice, Dacia couldn't stop the occasional shiver running through his body as he walked down the street, heading home. It wasn't even that cold outside, and he made sure he wasn't going out sweaty, even if it meant waiting almost half an hour for everyone from their team to leave the showers. Home. It was still a bit strange to call the apartment home after living with his sister for so long, but he soon found out he liked the sound of it. It made him feel all warm inside, a feeling he almost forgot throughout the past years. He smiled at the screen before he hit the phone and sped up, despite his legs feeling like being weighed down by lead, already looking forward to taking a proper shower and getting something to eat. And the couch didn't sound that bad either. The atmosphere was tense the moment he entered the hallway. Not in an aggressive kind of way, but rather as if he somehow teleported into the time of the Wild West and was about to witness a shootout between the sheriff and some vigilant.
That's an interesting comparison.
Slightly confused, he tidied his shoes and headed to the living room.
Spill the tea.
However, the sight that appeared in front of him left him with more questions than answers. What are they doing? Enoshita, so far sitting pretty comfortably among the numerous pillows on the couch, craned his neck over the couch backside, giving him a soft smile as he reached for his hand.
Oh, this is cute.
Dasho only hesitated for a split second before he let his hand slip into Enoshita's, light jolts running through his skin where Enoshita's fingers touched him.
Stop it, that's too cute.
Being stupid, as always. But it's pretty entertaining. He gave Dasho's hand a light squeeze.
Oh, come on, you need to tell me now what Teru and Tanaka are up to, because this suspense, like, for real.
Welcome home. Dasho returned the smile with one of his own, but then his attention fully shifted to the two men sitting by the table, staring into each other's soul as if they were trying to set the other on fire with just their glares. Truly a Wild West duel at its finest.
Why can I imagine that so well?
He resisted the urge to talk at them and hesitantly sat on the armrest next to Enoshita. Don't tell me they argued again. Enoshita snorted a short laugh. What else? I told you they're stupid. Hey, we can still hear you. Yeah, this is an important decision. So you could finally give up and admit I have a superior taste. You? Oh, please. You wouldn't recognize good food if it landed in front of your nose. How dare you? Dasho couldn't help the quiet chuckle escaping his mouth as the two started to bicker again, his heart slowly melting the longer Enoshita caressed his hand. Be all buddies again in 10 minutes. He gently tugged on Dasho's hand, bringing him a bit closer, but not close enough to cause any potential discomfort. A gesture Dasho was eternally grateful for.
Real quick, I know I'm pausing a lot, I'm so sorry. Do we have like a similar story arc here with Daisho and like having a bad past, to put it lightly? Because I love that story arc in the main timeline. Oh my god, I was blanking for a second. And I would love to see that more with POLYSHIPS. I'm currently planning something similar with Sakuratsu and Kida without giving too much details. But like the initial part to that is also just Sakuratsu, so I would love to see this with POLYSHIPS.
How was practice? Everything good? There was a hint of concern in Enoshita's voice, as always when he asked him about something happening without their presence. At first, Dasho couldn't figure out why that was, but the longer he spent with his boyfriends, he realized it was just Enoshita's in-core caring nature speaking. It was heartwarming.
Enoshita's the best.
Yeah, everything went fine. Some guys are just a bit nervous about the matches next week. I hope they aren't overworking you. He furrowed his brow, running his fingers lightly along Daisho's cheek. You look tired. All three of his partners knew about the nightmares that plagued his sleep occasionally, usually when his mind was too stressed to focus on blocking the memories out.
I mean, it sounds like it, right?
He was sure Enoshita knew the last few days were like that. He wouldn't bring it up otherwise. But before either of them could say anything else, a loud tornado in the form of Terushima rushed to him and threw his arms around him. I'm sorry, Sugu, I didn't even welcome you. Welcome home.
Oh, that's so sweet. Oh, that's
Dasho
so
almost
sweet.
melted in Terushima's arms, allowing himself a moment to enjoy the warmth his boyfriend's hug always brought into his soul. It's fine. You had an important discussion. Terushima clicked his tongue and threw a glare at Tanaka, standing a bit aside. If someone could admit defeat, it would be much easier. Says the one who lost.
How can you admit defeat in a matter of taste? Like... I'm sorry, this, I know it's meant to be silly and it does its job perfectly. I love this.
I only lost because I wanted a hug.
Okay, that's
Alright, enough
adorable.
squabble, you two.
Adorable.
Tanaka looked like he wanted to argue further, but then just shrugged, his face softening when he looked at Dasho, giving him a tender smile of his own. Hey. Hi.
Oops.
He glanced away, unsure what else to say or do. Despite being together for almost 4 months now, he still didn't know what to expect from Tanaka on occasions. He was an incredible man, there was no doubt in Dasho's head about that. More caring and considerate than most people he had met in his entire life. And to his own surprise, Dasho soon found himself falling even for the raider captain. And yet, there were moments when Dasho couldn't shake off the feeling that Tanaka just didn't want him around.
What? No.
He rarely went for any sort of touch, though if that was out of consideration or because he just didn't want to, Dacia wasn't sure. The most contact being an occasional bump of their shoulders. It was so different from how he acted with Enoshita and Terushima, it made Dacia wonder and worry. Sugu? Everything okay?
Oh my god, I hope this is not too distracting. Whenever I get excited or any sort of strong emotions, I start stimming. So I'm like, because this is such an interesting conflict. I'm wondering if it will get resolved within this video, well, or at least partially, or if this is just a setup for future videos, which I would love and hate that at the same time, because I want it to get resolved now. Like, I want them to talk about it and it just be all good and cuddle and...
He snapped out of his thoughts, finding Terushima looking at him with concern. I'm fine. I just thought about something.
Talk, communicate.
Terushima squinted at him, and Dacia flinched when he put his hand against his forehead. You are warmer than usual.
I wanted to say it at the beginning. I wanted and I didn't. Now I'm mad at myself. He's sick, isn't he?
The little note immediately turned the others' attention to him, and Dacia cringed inwardly, the urge to hide growing on strength even though he knew there was nothing and no one to be scared of. I thought so too, actually. Are you sure you're okay? Dacia bit the inside of his cheek, trying for a reassuring smile. I'm fine. It's probably just from practice. I'll go take a shower and it's going to be good.
I want to say something, but I don't want to pause
Neither
again.
of the three seemed fully convinced by his explanation. And while it warmed his heart there were people concerned about his well-being, he didn't want to unnecessarily add more worries to his boyfriend's mind.
No, that's not how it works.
He pulled away and got up, blinking a few times when the room swung with him. Suguru. I'm fine, really. He squeezed Terushima's hand before letting go completely, immediately missing the warm touch, and grabbing his bag along the way, headed to the bathroom. But even as the hot water poured on his skin, it was to no avail as the chills continued to run through his body, the steam making him lightheaded. His chest heaved as he tried to make a quick work of drying himself and dressing up again, and then he no less than stumbled out of the bathroom, almost knocking over one of the flower pots in the hallway.
Listen, just to share my thoughts real quick. Part of me really wants him just to pass out now and everybody worry and then Tanaka care for him and everything's gonna be a wonderful and happy end. Another part of me is like, oh god, please don't pass out, please don't pass out.
Damn it. Before he managed to stabilize himself, a wave of nausea hit him like a truck.
Oh no.
His head spun, the ground swaying under his feet. He didn't even realize what was happening when his knees gave up under him, sending him to the floor. Then, strong arms wrapped around his waist and pulled him back on his feet, letting him lean against the muscular chest.
It'll be Tanaka. Come on.
Careful. Take it slow.
Yes.
Dacia's breath hitched, but surprise soon overpowered the initial startle. Thanks. Tanaka hummed by his ear, apparently not planning to let go of him anytime soon if he could judge by the slowly tightening embrace. Or nothing. But you really don't look well. He laid his hand against Dacia's forehead, frowning. Yeah, Yuji was right. I'm pretty sure you are running a fever. Huh? Chika? Can you bring something against fever? Suguru's sick. I'm not. It's fine. No, it's not. You are burning up. I'm surprised you didn't faint yet from the shower. What were you thinking, taking a hot shower with a fever?
Is that a bad thing? Is that a bad thing? Is that... I feel so stupid right now. Is that really, like, you shouldn't do that? Because all I know is that sometimes when you get a cold or you get a fever, my mom, when I was younger, she would just draw me a hot bath, which I hated because I get sensory issues when I take a bath, and I hate when it's too hot. But just like, you know, to sweat out the fever. And also, one thing I will say though, because Tanaka mentions taking medication against fever, I would not advise that. I would not. like fever is a natural response of the body to get rid of an infection, and as long as it doesn't surpass like a certain threshold, like if it's not way too high, which like I don't know what it would be in Fahrenheit, but like in Celsius, like if you get like 39 to like 40, that's kind of too hot. That's definitely, then you might need to take medication or definitely see a doctor. But if everything below that, and as long as it doesn't like go on for days, I'm so bad at talking right now. I'm so sorry. Everything below that, you should just, you know, endure it because it is the body's natural defense, and it usually doesn't harm you. Quite the opposite, it helps getting rid of the fever, like getting rid of the sickness faster. So I don't know about the shower thing. If it's true that if you have a fever and you take a hot shower, you're at a risk of fainting, yeah, don't do that. But I wouldn't necessarily take medication against a fever if it's not absolutely 100% necessary because it's way too hot or because your doctor advises you on it. Now, I'm not a medical professional, but that's my, like, stand of knowledge.
He fell silent upon seeing Tanaka's expression, a sudden wave of weakness almost making him fall again. Tanaka pulled him closer, his voice turning much softer than Daisho had heard ever before. Come on, let's get you to bed. Actually, you don't have a choice, because I will carry you there thrown over my shoulder if you won't go. Daisho took a shattered breath, the words sending chills down his spine.
Bad words?
But this was Tanaka who said them. His boyfriend. There was no need to be scared. Alright. It'll be fine. We'll take care of you. Daisho opened his mouth to protest, to say they didn't have to worry about him, but the words got caught in his throat when Enoshita appeared in the doorway, a little box of pills in his hand and concern written all over his face. Terushima followed right behind him, barely taking time to put the glass with water on the bedside table before he jumped on the bed too and wrapped Daisho in a firm embrace.
Aww.
You're such a dummy sometimes, you know? Yuji, let him take the medicine first. And it wouldn't kill you to ask before you hug someone when they are ill.
Fair point.
Terushima pouted, but listened and sat up, taking all the warmth with him. Mind you, cuddles are good against illnesses. My mom always said so.
They're also good to get yourself sick. And I know that because when I was sick as a child, my mom cuddled me and I was like, Mom, no, you will get sick too. And what did happen? She did get sick too. Even though she said, no, I'm a mother, this doesn't happen to me. Obviously, this was a joke from her, but like, it's stuck in my memory.
Yes, but Suguru isn't you, remember? Everyone has different preferences when it comes to hugs.
Enoshita speaking facts.
Daisho couldn't help the tiny smile curling his lips when Terushima hung his head, looking like a scolded puppy. He stuck his hand from under the covers, giving his boyfriend's hand a weak squeeze. It's fine. I don't mind. Terushima's face lit up immediately, his smile so bright one could easily go blind. Enoshita rolled his eyes, even though there wasn't a grain of annoyance behind it, and handed Daisho 2 pills and the gloves.
Let it just be cold medicine.
Take this. It'll make you feel better.
Don't take something.
Daisho forced himself to sit up and chug down the pills, shivering when the blanket slid from his shoulders. Terushima was by his side again, wrapping him in both the blanket and his embrace as he helped him lie down again, and Daisho had to pull on every last bit of his willpower not to cry. Having 3 people taking care of him was overwhelming, pushing his mind into overdrive to think of all the whys and hows. But all of that was cut short when Enoshita caressed his cheek, giving him one of his soft smiles reserved solely for his boyfriends.
That's so sweet.
Try to sleep now, okay? One of us will wake you up when the dinner's ready. You two, come with me. Terushima snuggled closer to Daisho's side. I'm on cuddling duty. Yuji, I'm useless in the kitchen anyway. I'll do the dishes afterwards, I promise. Tanaka shook his head, his sigh changing into a short chuckle. Fine, I'll take the cooking. Don't worry about anything. Just go to sleep. I'll keep watch, I promise. Dashio could seriously cry. He bit hard on his lip, taking a leap and entwining their fingers together in front of his chest. Thank you. Terushima's hair tickled on his skin, but he definitely wasn't going to complain. Not now or ever. Not when he had the most amazing people around him. For nothing, love. Now try to sleep, okay? You'll be fine soon. You'll see.
Okay, really quickly, is there anything more in the outro? No. Okay, I always check that because I, as you all know, talk a lot about my outros and give a bit of additional information about things. So let's wrap this up. Final thoughts. First of all, I see a pattern emerging. Okay, how is it that when HAYATO'S introduces POLYSHIPS, it is often with a sig fic? I love that, by the way. But like Sumishiwa Kawagata, now the name I cannot pronounce. The thing is, Terusho sounds so similar to Terushima, and it's confusing me, okay? But I love the ship. I think the dynamics were written pretty well, and I like this little bit of conflict there. Like, I'm curious to see how it develops, because obviously we don't have all the information yet. Is Daisho's past the same as in the main storyline? If so, again, I would find that very interesting to explore. I hope that he and Tanaka can communicate about that soon, because obviously this might put strain on the relationship, and like, because it's a poly relationship, you on the one side have a lot of potential to resolve this, but on the other side, if you don't communicate about it, there's also a lot of strain that cannot just be put onto the relationship between those two, but also on the others, which is a fascinating thing to explore in this video context. So I'm just curious how it develops. Yeah, I'm super happy that HAYATO'S does more POLYSHIPS now. Also, if you're watching this HAYATO'S, thank you so much. And I would like to reapply with the Sakuatsu Arankita, and, you know, maybe one day, just for one video, you will do Bokake Kodokan, because it's my favorite. I'm writing Semishiro Kabagata, I think, you know. No, I love writing Semishiro Kabagata, and I'm so interested in this new, because POLYSHIPS are already rare. Let's put it like that. POLYSHIPS are already rare. But then side POLYSHIPS are obviously close to unheard of. I think Ripe and I pretty much invented the hashtag for Sakuatsu Arankita here on YouTube. I was, I think, the first one on YouTube to do something for Daisuke Iwaoi. HAYATO'S is the first one to do something for Semishiro Kawagata. So it's very interesting to see these new ships, and it's very on brand for HAYATO'S to take the side ships and make POLYSHIPS from them. I think it's so fascinating, because when I look at my channel, you know how Karasuno is compared to crows, because crows are omnivores, and Karasuno just picks up all the techniques from every other team they fight and just becomes stronger. I do the same with ships, and then you have like more specialized channels or teams like Awa Josei, or in this case HAYATO'S, who just they're like side ships. So I'm super fascinated, and again, I think I'm talking way too much. Everyone here, everyone who saw this video now and who liked it, also please leave a like, that would be very helpful. But also, everyone who saw this video up until now and liked it, like the overall video, comment under HAYATO'S community post and make sure that we get some Sakuatsu Arankita representation in there. Woo! Yeah, now I hope you have a wonderful and amazing day, and I think that's all I wanted to say. Bye!
Step 1, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good